Hello everyone, this is Satish Kumar. I am here with my continuation lesson on emotional intelligence. So, in my previous lesson on emotional intelligence, we learnt about the introductory part, that is the definition and it's what is actually emotional intelligence, like that. Okay, and in this lesson, we will learn about the components of emotional intelligence, that is what is emotional intelligence and what are its features. Okay, see, while discussing about emotional intelligence, Salve and Mayer, no, who gave the term emotional intelligence, the persons who are credited with the term emotional intelligence, no, they have given 5 aspects of emotional intelligence. Okay, in fact, their 5 was actually part of emotional intelligence. They say that 5 important thing, but later on this was condensed into 4 things. Okay, and these are all the components of emotional intelligence. So these 4 are interrelated. Okay, now we'll see what are all the 4 major components of emotional intelligence. First is perceiving emotions. Okay, second is understanding emotion. Third is managing emotion. Fourth is using emotion or utilizing emotion. So these 4 are the part of components of intelligence. Okay, there are more subparts will come there. Okay, but major parts these 4. Okay, first is perceiving emotions, second is understanding emotions, third is managing emotion, fourth is using emotion. Okay, now we'll see one by one what are all the things, what are all involved in it. Okay, first is perceiving emotion, and this is considered as the basic ability of emotional intelligence. Okay, so it is nothing but to perceive means to see or to view, like that, right? Perceive is to be aware of the emotion that is happening in us and in others. Okay, both, it involves both perceiving emotions in both in ourselves and also others as it is happening. Okay, see, we all could know what happened yesterday to us. We felt some emotion, we may have got angry, we may have had some fear, all those things we may analyze now. But when the emotion is happening to you, at that time, when you could correctly identify it, perceive it, what is your action, that is what called as perceiving emotion. Okay, as it is happening, an emotion when it is happening. And believe it or not all persons are capable of perceiving their emotions. So as I said earlier, no, people are not having this ability to identifying what emotion is happening to them. Okay, when you get angry, you act impulsively and you don't even have any control over that emotion. Okay, that means you are not able to recognize that emotion, you are not having control over that emotion. Okay, in fact you cannot even see that emotion, that you are acting impulsively, no, you are not even able to perceive it carefully. Okay, and people who could have a awareness of their emotion. See, when we talk about perceiving emotion or self awareness, means what it means is it is an ability to have a second mind, that is, something is happening in you, but you stand apart from you and you recognize what is that happening inside you and you evaluate it. And this part, this self-awareness part, no, is very vital for all other things. That is why it is called a basic ability. Okay, and people with this ability know that perceiving emotions, both in ourselves and others, know, are better at controlling their emotions. So the first step, you have to identify an emotion correctly. Okay, perceive the emotion both in yourself and others. Only then you could able to control your emotion for with you or with others. Okay, and people with this kind of ability, that perceiving emotion in others, no, they are all sensitive to other people. When you perceive an emotion on other person, no, and you could label it correctly, what the other guy is feeling. Okay, see, people, when they have some problem with us, no, they don't talk straightly to us. Instead, they will show that by some body language, some expression. Okay, we have to pick up those emotional signals, social signals. That is very important in interpersonal relationship. In fact, many interpersonal relationship success depends upon one person's ability to identify the emotional signals that the other person exhibit, especially between a husband and wife. No, whenever a wife is having some grievance, no, she won't directly exhibit to her husband. She will informally do some things, indirectly do some things. The husband has to get hold of it and have to act accordingly. If he doesn't take that message, no, it will be a very difficult thing for him. Okay, so this perceiving emotion is a basic ability for all other things of emotional intelligence. Okay, so this is the basic ability. Okay, without it, you cannot control your emotion or change your emotion or even understand your emotion. You have to first perceive an emotion is happening. Okay, a very important skill. Second is understanding emotion. Okay, see, as I said earlier, no, an emotion gives data to us. That is, an emotion provides motivation to act. All those things I said earlier. So, while we are discussing about emotion, so we have to understand what the emotion that we are feeling signals to us. Okay, we have to understand it. Why this emotion is coming at this point of time? First, we have to perceive that emotion is coming, and then we have to identify why this emotion, understand why this emotion is coming. Okay, so people who could understand their emotion, no, can act appropriately. Okay, understanding emotion is the next part for managing the emotion. Okay, without understanding an emotion, we cannot manage or control our emotions. So here, the information, no, will the emotional information will guide us towards the behavior only when we have the ability to understand the kind of emotion that we feel. I have given plenty of examples previously. I can give you one other example. Say today you are feeling anxiety. Okay, you have some sort of anxiety about a event of tomorrow. Okay, you are not well prepared for that event. Okay, say you have to give a public speaking. Okay, you are not well prepared. What will happen is this anxiety is there in you, not because that you will fail in delivering that tomorrow's public speaking. It gives a signal that you have not yet prepared fully. So it asks you to sit once again to prepare again. And I can tell you, whenever we in fact whenever I give a go and give a lessons to some college or some students, no, whenever I am not well prepared, no, I feel that small amount of anxiety, and this anxiety guides me to uh, prepare once again, to revise once again. Okay, it will naturally happen. And when you are totally unprepared, no, your anxiety level and your stress will be at the highest level, and you don't even go to that event. Okay, you won't even attend that event. Okay, so this understanding is very important. What is the anxiety you are feeling, why you are feeling this anxiety? Okay, and if, for example, the anxiety is there for like 1 week. See, normally when that exam is coming for after 1 week, no, we will feel that anxiety from today itself. From the exam is next week, but from this week itself we will start to feel some amount of anxiety. Lot of people, when the anxiety is so low, no, they don't pay attention to it. They don't understand the importance of that emotion. Okay, they will let it happen. They will see, we will see it at towards the end of week. In fact, most of the students, what they will do is, they will only prepare before the examination. That is what we did during our college days. Okay, we will prepare only before the examination, 2 days or 1 days before. Because in fact, I remember when I was preparing for a particular exam, I was uh, cramping the entire book in one day, that morning to night. In fact, the entire night for like 4 6 hours I was from 10 to 12 to 3 I was sitting there, and I was cramming everything in that book. Okay, and the very next day when I go to the examination, what I did was, I was writing in that examination, when a question was asked, no, I thought this question's answer is this, and I wrote a different answer. Because I have put the information, entire information in one single day. There was not even any time for processing. So I don't even have a clear understanding of what is the question, what is the answer. Okay, so these kind of things could happen. But if I have prepared, if I have known, understand the emotion, that small level of anxiety that came 1 week back, that you have to prepare from today. So you will find these kind of emotional cues. When you have a deadline, and if you are not finishing a deadline, no, you will automatically feel some uncomfort in you. If you don't do things that you plan to do today, no, you will automatically feel some stress. And if you don't have an idea why I am feeling this stress, no, that is what calls not understanding their emotion, and you won't pay attention to do that. Okay, so you will procrastinate that job for a long time, and the stress level will increase, and one fine day you will do it, and when you do it, you won't do it properly. Okay, anything when it is done at time and in a right way, no, only then it will be in a proper way. If it is not done in a proper way, no, it won't work. I hope you all seen the uh, film Bean. uh, you will go to that examination hall, and you will have to write an exam. You will find the question paper, all the questions are very different, and it don't even know what to do. So he was trying to copy like that, he will do those things, Bean. And finally, towards the end of that session over, no, the examiner will say that uh, the calculus and the two subject, for take example history and geography, no, history is in the white cover, and geography is in the green cover, no. So he has to write history, but he took the paper of geography, that is why it was a different question. So what he will do is, he will at the last 5 minutes, no, he will try to write fast. When you do things like that, no, it doesn't work, such a urgent type of work. That is what happened in the example of exams also, when I studied the entire thing just before the day. Okay, so understanding emotions, why I feel this today, why I am stressed, why I am anxious, why this fear is coming to me. This kind of understanding is very important for emotional intelligence. Why it is happening? Okay, only then you will be able to manage it. Okay, so people with this skill are very good at managing their emotions, understanding. So first you have to perceive, second you have to understand the emotion, third you have to manage the emotion. So if you do the first two parts, it will be very easy to manage the emotion. Of course you have to take steps to do it, but when you have knowledge about your emotion, perceive your emotion, and then when you understand the emotion, it will be easier for controlling the emotion. Okay, uh, for example, if you are having some anger, hmm? If you are feeling very angry about something and you want to control your anger, right? You feel that your anger should be controlled. If it is not controlled, it will harm you. Okay, so what you could do, you could take a deep breathing exercise and relaxing exercise. Quite often I'll find people who are going to speak uh, in a public forum, before that they will stand there and they'll take a deep breath. In fact, when people go to an interview, uh, in fact these are all techniques which will calm you. When you feel some anxiety before going to an interview, taking a deep breath and relaxing will help you to relax. Okay, these are all ways to manage your emotion. When you feel anxiety, you could do this. There are also other ways of doing things. For example, if you are feeling too stressed, you could do yoga, that will relax yourself. Okay, but these are all some other techniques like exercise and other techniques. There are also ways to control yourself. Okay, similarly, in others, how to manage emotion others. If you find somebody who is angry, you could say sorry to them. If you perceive that emotion, and if you understand that emotion well, that that guy is angry because he is angry because you have done some mistakes, you could go and say sorry to him. Okay, and apologizing will help him to soothe himself, and he will slowly lose his anger. Okay, and if somebody is sad, somebody is having some grievances, no, you could go just sit with them and listen what he is saying. Okay, if somebody is sad, somebody is having something to say, you have to listen to them. Quite often what we do is, our biggest problem is we all like to talk. Okay, so mostly in an interpersonal relationship, all of both the guys want to talk rather than to listen. And I will tell you this, if you are a good listener, you will always be welcome. In fact, for in an interpersonal relationship, if you could guard your tongue, if you are a silent person, you will attract people. Of course you have to speak at some point of time, but don't speak too much. Okay, if you speak less and if you listen a lot, people will like you, because everybody wants to speak these days. Okay, speak speaking is interesting, listening is difficult. That is what I will say. Speaking is passion, listening is pain. But listening only helps you to understand things about people. Okay, so to understand others, and to manage emotion in others, we have to listen. Okay, if somebody is sad, we have to listen what is his grievances, why he is sad. Okay, so these are all ways to manage our emotion. Finally, the fourth component of emotional intelligence is using emotions. Okay, see, it is a skill of leveraging emotion to enhance our thinking, our decision making, and relationships. Okay, what do we mean by leveraging emotions? See, a lot of time great people have done great things, no, because of this factor. They have, for example, a person might have faced some injustice, okay, and because he faced some injustice, no, he could fight that day with that person who is doing that injustice, but that is up to him only. That is up to him only. He is solving his own problem. But there are people who use this knowledge that this kind of injustice is happening, like similar to him, there may be injustice happening to multiple peoples. So this person could use this emotion, this anger. So these kind of injustices are happening in society. I could be a changer. I could lead the way, okay, to change this injustice, to what to say, to get people their legitimate rights, people who are suffering like me in injustice. Not only he is taking care of about himself, he is trying to solve that problem. That is what using emotions is. In fact, the great leaders, great change in society, a lot of social reforms, no, all happened because of this part. People who have used the emotions in a proper way, they have faced injustice in their when they are poor. They try to rectify it when they went to higher positions. And this is very, very important. Channelizing your emotions for some big purpose rather than showing it at the spot. Okay. In fact, with this only comes great leaders come, great change in society comes, right? A very, very important thing. Okay, so these four are the components of intelligence. Okay, first is you perceive emotions, second is you understand emotion, third is you manage the emotion, fourth is using that emotion for some big purpose, higher purpose. Okay, see here, people do not have identical abilities. All people will not have all these four. In fact, lot of people will not have even all the four things. In fact, they will be just acting based on their impulses, that is their emotion. They have control over our emotions. Some people are highly carried away by emotion. In fact, I was one such person. When emotions comes to me, no, I lacked as per it wish. In fact, I lost a lot of things because of that. Okay, so okay, that's a different story. I'll come to that later. Okay, so people will have not have identical abilities. So some person will be good at controlling himself. Okay, he may know his emotion and he may able to control his emotion, but he will not be able to identify emotion in others and manage emotion with others. So that person will be a good at managing himself but not others. Okay, so you may not be able to manage good interpersonal relationship. Okay, some people might even here in this case, some people know they could perceive their emotion but they could not control their emotion. Okay, they may in fact, as I said earlier, no, they could perceive and understand their emotion but they could not manage the emotion. That could happen sometime. People who are able to identify the emotion but they could not do anything about it because they have some on the action part they could not do certain things. Okay, so like that. Okay, that is what I said. They may have identified that they are having some stress but they don't know how to overcome that. Okay, they will continue with it. Okay, they don't have idea about what strategies to adapt to overcome it. For example, if you are feeling anxiety before an interview, and if you don't have answers about how to be calm at an interview, if you are not having any technique, no, you will just be anxious in an interview and because of this reason only some people in interview, they when they go to an interview, they will do some small mistakes. They will get over what you say, பதட்டப்படுறதுன்னு சொல்லுவாங்கல்ல. ம்? So these kind of things happen. Okay. So with this I end my components of emotional intelligence. Okay, these are all the major components of emotional intelligence. In my next class we will learn about emotional competencies. Okay, in fact emotional intelligence is only the beginning part of it. Of course, only with the emotional intelligence we could build. Understanding emotions and all these things are part of emotional intelligence, and when these all things are practiced properly, we could acquire emotional competencies in particular skills. Okay, and these emotional competencies will help us to be a better person, high productivity, effective person. Okay, good at relationship and all those things, social skills, will become a star person. We will learn that emotional competencies in my next lesson. What are all the emotional? First we will learn about what is the difference between emotional competencies and emotional intelligence. Then we will learn about what are the different types of emotional competencies, and finally we will learn about the emotional competencies in detail. Okay, with this I end this lesson.